And that's why I do this sort of feel the fabric when I'm flipping through. Sometimes I just automatically stop and I'm like, I don't know why. And I check, when I stop and I don't quite know why, I check the fabric type. And this says it has some rayon in it. And I find that I like wearing stuff with rayon in it. I think rayon's something to do with bamboo. It might not be, but this only has 12%. But I find whenever there's something with rayon, one thing I notice with the things I have with rayon is that when I sweat, it doesn't make the shirt smell, or it doesn't absorb it, or I don't really sweat. Some fabrics I find I get really smelly just wearing that top, and it could even be a really airy top, and then I'm like, why am I sweaty? And it's kind of yucky, smelly sweat. But whenever I wear rayon, it doesn't happen. And it's almost even better than any fabric. I just feel more fresh throughout the whole day and even at the end of the day. So I got that, even though it has this like tiny little thing here that might not come out. That might be the only stain in this whole batch that I noticed that I accepted. And that's how picky I am. And a lot of stuff has stains. Another thing to check for is if the cuff is stained or damaged or chewed or worn out. And if they're not, it's a good sign that this is a pretty new item. Maybe it was never even worn. So even these sleeves, they're good. I always did a sleeve check. And then this one was really fun to wear. It's the only thing that's a medium, but the style of it matched with being kind of baggier, and this could be worn with tights, or I'm gonna try to be a little bit more colorful. I noticed initially in my basket I had a lot of dark things, and then as time went on I found some lighter stuff, so I sort of was like, I don't want to wear such dark colors, so I'm going to swap it out. And I ended up with, 3 dark items, a couple medium ones, and the rest more colorful. So that's another thing to consider, is what colors do I want to wear. And I tried on a few things with these horizontal stripes, and I tend to like that. I got rid of 2 of them. I think one I noticed a stain, and the other one, it was Tommy Hilfiger, and it was $12.99, and it was a little short, not too much. I could have gotten away with it, but I was like, this is one of those items that I would like in theory, but I don't think I would end up wearing it. It was well made. It had some really interesting accents, like the collar was the same. The collar was the same type material or color as the cuffs, etc. But I was like, $12.99, that's more. As a tiny short, I would like to wear this, but I probably won't. So I said no. And so this was only $7.99, and I'm not sure what the fabric is on this. Oh, it's cotton. So I like 100% cotton. It's apparently good for the body to wear more natural materials. I remember once doing a bigger shop at Value Village, and I came back and I noticed pretty much everything I bought was 100% cotton, and I didn't even know. So sometimes we just sort of gravitate naturally to certain fabrics, certain colors, certain patterns like stripes or bright colors. And the cool thing about being at Value Village is you can find a little bit or a lot of everything. And that's why it's kind of fun to pick out pretty much every item that you might like and then try them all on, and then slowly weed them down according to certain criteria. And I haven't gone into that too much yet. So this one I was on the fence about, because I was thinking, I don't work in an office anymore. That's actually what got me started on shopping at Value Village. Was I hadn't worked in a couple of years, and I got an office job. I didn't have any office clothes, and I figured I could go there and get a lot of office clothes cheap. I think I went on a 50% off day, and I got a whole new wardrobe for like $200, and I got a lot. So this one, I couldn't quite put it down because it's in good shape, and I didn't find any flaws, and it's only $7, so probably like $4.50 or sorry, $5 probably. And it looked nice, and so it doesn't really suit. I could wear this anytime, it doesn't matter, but this was the one item that It's sort of not like the others, which are a lot more casual or sporty. It's a little more, it's not really that much more dressy, but the other thing too is I noticed that this needs hand washing. So that's one of the things is, depending if one wants to be hand washing their items on a Sunday, get those items. But if you don't, then don't get those items. So I'll probably throw this in the wash on a delicate hand wash cycle and see what happens and hope for the best. I had a sweater that was orange and white, and I quite liked it. So I think this was bringing up that memory. That sweater started to get a hole in it, and then I got rid of it. So that's another thing. If there's even a little hole in anything, which I could still find in one of these items, but I didn't find initially, then I don't buy it. And if I found enough items that were flawed when I was doing this other check, this is like my 4th or 5th check probably. I check when it's on the rack. I throw it in the basket. I check before I try it on. And then I have like a maybe pile. And so when I have the maybe pile, I check them over again because if they're maybes, I want to make sure they're perfect. Otherwise they're going to be no's. And then I probably do another check at the end. I check them sort of quickly while I'm checking out of the cash register and putting them up. I don't just pile them all on. I kind of put one item at a time and I put the tag so they can scan it quickly, but I'm doing an extra check because I did find one item as I was placing it on the counter had a stain on the sleeve, just a little bit, that looked kind of like blood actually. So I didn't even think twice. I didn't think, oh, I like this though. I just was like, nope, not getting it. So yeah, because stains kind of make the item look old, and the point of shopping there is to get stuff that looks new, so it feels like getting a whole new wardrobe, not a used wardrobe. And then this one, I couldn't figure out. I'm like, I grabbed, this was one of the first items I grabbed probably, and I touched it and I was like, oh. And so I look, and this one is 48% rayon. So a lot of rayon, which is that fabric, the cells of my body, the bacteria and microorganisms in my body seem to like, in that they can breathe and be happy and not put up a stinky fight all day long. So if you find a fabric that your body likes, doesn't make you stinky or sweaty or itchy or make like it feels tight even though it's not tight, has good movement, and it depends. Some people like really crisp clothes, and some people don't, and it depends what it's going to be used for too. So these are all quite multi-use. And then